Colorado.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. I hope you had a restful and grateful Veterans Day yesterday, and to everybody who served our country. Everybody here at TV8 salutes you and appreciates you. We have some great guests today coming in. If you love horses, well, you're going to love our first guest. We're going to talk food and all kinds of other great things and what's happening on the local scene. So sit back and relax. Your Tuesday edition of Good Morning Vail right here on TV8 starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. Coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the TV8 Weather Center. Today is the day to make sure your tires and everything on your car are working in order. Make sure you have the proper fluids and the studs in your tires because, well, it's coming. Snow time. We have 60% chance of that today with a wintry mix of snow and rain by 8 a.m., 31 degrees, and by your high tonight is 43 degrees throughout the entire day. As we take a look, pretty much precipitation throughout. By noon, 41 degrees with a lot of rain, and then 4 p.m., snow mixed with rain and 35 degrees. And then by 8 p.m., 32 degrees with some more snow showers. Coming over to the I-70 corridor, it's cold in Denver today too, 54, 25% chance of precipitation. Coming closer to the valley, of course, more chances, 60% chance of same in Vail with 43 degrees, 43 as well in Eagle, 30% chance of precipitation, and 50% chance of snow and rain in Avon, and 43 degrees for your temperature. Your overnight low tonight is 22 degrees. We have an 80% chance of snow overnight. Winds will be traveling from 10 to 15 miles per hour from the west. Taking a look at the day, a little mix for us all. By tomorrow, partly cloudy skies with 41 degrees for our high and 27 degrees for our low. And then on Thursday, sunshine. It's all over the place. 51 degrees for your high on Thursday and 26 degrees for your low. By Friday, partly cloudy skies, 52 degrees for your high, 25 degrees for your low. By Saturday, 20% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy skies, 36 degrees is going to be your high, and 16 degrees, that's a cold one, is going to be your low. And then by Sunday, 10% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy skies, 37 degrees for your high, and 22 degrees for your low. That's a look at your weather. We'll be right back with Good Morning Vail here on TV8 Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Coming at you from around the world. The biggest names in sports, entertainment, and business.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's no way.
Exclusive access and one-on-one conversations.
Yeah, you guys really did some deep research.
I don't think we should give him any more information.
In depth with Graham Bensinger.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces. Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
I'm Jason Kennedy, and this is The Wager.
Let's go, Wes!
We've all heard about this pickleball craze. Celebrities are playing pickleball matches all the time, and they're challenging each other to these ridiculous bets. Now I'm bringing the cameras to their house with new celebrities and a new bet every week.
Hello, rally there.
It's just real, genuine conversation.
I got invited to Usher's birthday party. What am I doing here?
And some pretty crazy antics.
This show looks at anything that has an engine and a story told by the owners. This is a scooter. Have you had it the whole time?
I have not. It's actually the third time I've owned the car.
Sell, regret, sell, regret. To the actual prototype GT40, I got to sit in that car.
Oh, I gotta get me one of these, man.
We've got all the muscle, the speed, and the stories.
I got stage 4 cancer. A bunch of friends came together and decided that this thing needed to get done then. A lot of friends came together and made this thing happen.
Hey, if it has an engine and a story, you're going to hear about it on rides. Almost every vehicle, doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, there's some tie to your past.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. My very first guest is my favorite already. I'm really happy to have you here. Now, as you guys know, every Tuesday morning on TV8, we feature somebody for Colorado Gives, all the special things that we do for Colorado Gives Day and Eagle County Gives and all the other stuff that we have combined for that really grateful time that we have coming up. Now, Marlene, do you go by Marlene Bosch Hopkins? Mm-hmm. I like that. Okay, so Marlene Bosch Hopkins, you are from Mountain Valley Horse Rescue.
That's right.
Now, this is something that is part of a lot of our passions, animals here in our community. And horses are spectacular animals, and not everybody has one, but everybody loves them. And we want to take care of them. And over at Mountain Valley Horse Rescue, you guys do phenomenal things for horses. And I mean, this is really basically things that where they are either abandoned or abused or lost, or I mean, there's so many reasons that can make us cry with that regards to the horses, but then there are so many other reasons to smile and be super happy because of people like you and your organization. Another non-for-profit organization that we have here in our community. Now, I know you had fall break with Kids Camp, so that's something really cute that you guys did, and that's over with, but there's so many other things coming up. And I just wanted you to give everybody an idea as to what you guys do over at Mountain Valley Horse Rescue and why you've decided to come into play to take care of all of these beautiful, beautiful animals.
Yes, we are located in McCoy, where we rescue and take in horses that are simply unwanted. It could be a variety of reasons. Could be for neglect and someone not taking care of their horse, but it could also be people that are in financial difficulty and need help with their horse.
Sure.
So they come to us, we give them what it is they need. Some of them need extensive health evaluations and care and medication, hoof care, things like that, and others need more of a training rehab, so they weren't in the right hands, and so they get to learn how to be a good horse again. And then we always have all the horses available for adoption at different levels of their lives. But something you said was really good, because indeed a lot of people love horses, but they can't have access to horses all the time, or they can't own them.
Exactly. There's a cost factor or space factor and things like that.
Absolutely. And so that is the other side of our organization, where it comes in, where we bring horses closer to the community and closer to people, adults and children, that can come to the ranch for a variety of programs, one of them being our fall break recently. But we have community volunteer days. We have other kids programs, homeschool programs, things that bring the community to the ranch so that they can experience horses, but also it helps us bring love to the horses, because a lot of them didn't get that.
Right.
And so they therefore gets quicker integrated back into, with humans, because they see groups of kids.
I think that's so special, and I would venture to guess that most people know that there is nothing more spiritual and more genuine than a horse. I mean, you look into their eyes, there's just pure soul, and they play like dogs. I mean, I only reference them to dogs because I have some friends in Eagle that have horses, and you watch them playing with a ball and romping and jumping and having a great time. And look at the one with the unicorn on his nose.
Yes.
Yeah, these are some wonderful photos that we found that you guys
Awesome.
have over there,
Yeah.
because it's such a wonderful thing that you guys do. What got you into this specific arena of fundraising and helping animals?
Well, the MVHR actually exists 20 years coming up here. We're going to be celebrating our 20th anniversary, which is pretty much starting right now. We're going to celebrate for a whole year. But 20 years ago, there was a need. There were 2 horses found on the flat tops, abandoned, and a group of locals in Eagle County got together and said, we need to, do something for these horses.
So nice.
And it brought a need to the valley of taking in other horses. And they started with 3 to 5 horses, and now we take care of to 33 horses in our care. And we have horses coming in all the time, but they can only come in when we adopt out, because
Okay.
we do have a capacity limit of about 30 horses. Right now, I think we're still over capacity going into the winter because there were some critical cases we needed to take care of. But as horses leave to go to their adoptive home, we can take in new horses, and our wait list is ever going. So
That's
people call us
nuts.
almost daily. So there is a great need. People
Yes.
sometimes forget it isn't just cat and dog rescues.
Right.
Horses are domesticated animals
And
and often
majestic beings.
need help. Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, there's no better energy that you get from an animal than when you get up and close to a horse.
They will tell you how
They
they
will.
feel,
Yeah,
and
they
if
do.
you feel a certain way, they can help you
Yep.
feel better, or they'll tell you you need to, change
Step
it up, step it up. Exactly.
And they really do have this energy field without, within them, and I believe that they're very empathic creatures.
Absolutely.
As well. I mean, why do we have service horses otherwise? You know what I mean? Like the smaller ones, you can't
Yes.
bring like a big old stallion on a plane or anything
No.
like that, but
Yeah.
I know that they have the little ones that they train to be just amazing help for humans. So why can't the humans turn around and be help for the horses? Now, Colorado Gives Day is exciting, coming up in December, and we really like to dedicate the whole month for people to be ready for that one day, because you don't have to do it on the day, but
Right.
it is the specific day that we celebrate, where everybody gets together and puts their minds and their hearts in a place where they want to do a special donation. And why not the Mountain Valley Horse Rescue? Because this is something that horses can't take care of themselves. We need people, we need veterinarians, specialized veterinarians, and all of the other stuff to take care of them, or to home them, rehome them, or house them, or feed them. That's a lot of hay for 30 horses per.
Yes, yes. We estimate it to cost about $6,000 a year to care for one horse. And
Oh my gosh.
That's just basic care, so hay and veterinarian care twice a year. We spend over $65,000 in hay year round to feed the entire herd.
Wow.
So yes, it is lots of money and labor to take care of these animals. And Colorado Gives Day is the perfect day to give.
Yes.
Because your donation gets incentivized by First Bank and the Colorado First Foundation, Colorado Gives Foundation.
Right.
And so what they do is when you give $1, any nonprofit that is part of Colorado Gives Day gets a part of their incentive fund.
That's
so the
amazing.
more you raise, the more money you get from them. And so we really highlight Colorado Gives Day as a nonprofit, and so do all the other nonprofits in our community.
There's so many too. You guys all work together, which is beautiful.
We do. Yes, we are part of Eagle County Gives Collaborative. It has a group of 56 nonprofits that help each other be uplifted in the fundraising.
That's amazing.
We meet once a month to come up with ideas of how we can bring the community together, and it's a really great collaborative.
And I wanted to touch on if there were people that just didn't want to have just the one day to give, if they had monthly donations, there's a special incentive for those people who donate per month. I was just reading it. It's your first monthly donation up to $100 and up to $250,000 across all the organizations will be matched, which is, huge.
So if you sign up for $10 a month, the Community First Foundation will do another $10.
Isn't that nice?
And so that's amazing, yeah. And monthly donations are really important to all nonprofits because that keeps us going.
Yes.
Even though we raise most of our money at the year end, when people are tending to give because it is the holidays or it's the end of year, giving monthly is really important because our missions are all monthly, not just
right. It's not just the one day, but sometimes we need a little kick in the booty reminder that there are some great organizations out here that we should, you know, help out a little bit. And I think your organization is one of the greatest things that we can do for just a magical, beautiful soul. And I love the horses, and they're just wonderful. And just the idea of thinking of them ever being ignored or, you know, it just hurts my heart for any animal. But I mean, such a giant creature. How could you not just love it to death? So what's your background in horses? Do you have a background, or did you start when you started the fundraising, you know, the foundation?
No, I've been involved in horses since I was probably 7 years old.
Oh, nice.
Learned to ride on a little pony named Dinky.
Dinky!
And just spent my time, any free time with horses, taking lessons, and eventually owning my own horse, and not until I was 23. So,
well, that's amazing, though. Well, good, because you have the background, which we need with people that are running something like this, because we want to know that the horses are going to a good soul, and you are definitely a genuine soul. So, as we wrap this up, why don't you let everybody know how they can donate, whether it's monthly or for Colorado Gives Day, and then we can close with that.
Well, the perfect thing about Colorado Gives Day, you don't have to wait till December 10th. You can donate right now. Early giving is open. You go to coloradogives.org and you donate to any organization that you want. You can find Mountain Valley Horse Rescue by searching in the search bar up top and making a donation today or on December 10th. And you would greatly help any nonprofit, but in specific, Mountain Valley Horse Rescue could really use your help.
Well, thank you so much. First of all, I want to thank you for being here, because bringing to light what we do for other animals, because everybody thinks of dogs and cats for rescue, but horses are a big deal here in our community. And I just want to thank you so much, Marlene, for being here. From the Mountain Valley Horse Rescue, this is Marlene Bosch Hopkins. I wanted to get it right so bad. And Colorado Gives Day is coming up. Go to coloradogives.org and take care of those beautiful horses today. And thank you for being here. We really appreciate all that you do for the animals in our community.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Good Morning Vail on TV8 right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio Garcia with TV8, and we're about to add some extra jolly to your holiday season. Join us for TV8's 12 Days Before Christmas and ring in the New Year advertising specials. For just $250, you can advertise your business on TV8 during the all-important holiday season. We'll run your commercial spot 10 times per day for 12 days. That's 120 spots to help drive traffic to your business. Choose the 12 Days of Christmas or run your ad during the Ring in the New Year special, which starts on December 26th and runs for 12 days. Or better yet, purchase both for just $450. Don't have a commercial? Don't worry, TV8 will help create one from your photos or videos at no extra charge. So don't delay. A deal this good won't last long. Contact the station to reserve your spot, and from all of us at TV8, have a wonderful holiday season.
From small towns to big cities and every everywhere in between. We're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
Good morning, Vail.
With all of these cold days and evenings coming up, soup is one of our favorite things to have as a meal. It doesn't matter what time of day it is, we always want some hot soup. Kimberly was in the kitchen and she created a tortellini soup. What could be bad about that, right? Well, let's find out about her special magic, what she did in the kitchen to make a really delicious tortellini soup home in your own kitchen.
Now, back in the kitchen, this is one of my favorite things to do here on Good Morning Vail. And as the weather changes, I also love good, hearty, comforting foods, but also I actually love to eat soup all year long. So I'm going to show you a simple soup that you may have all the ingredients on hand to make at home, but it's 3 ingredients, maybe 4 if you're feeling fancy. This soup reminds me very much of growing up and the small town Italian restaurant that we had. It's called tortellini in brodo, which is basically tortellini in broth. How simple is that? So I've got chicken broth right here, and it does not matter what kind of chicken broth you want to use. I particularly like to use the free range, lower sodium, just so that I don't feel swollen when I'm finished eating my delicious soup. Then you've got greens. You can use any greens that you want to. I'm choosing to use spinach. If you wanted to feel fancy, you can always add some mushrooms into it as well, but you want to make sure that you thinly slice them so that they cook and just about as evenly as everything else. Now we also have our tortellini, super easy. 3 cheese tortellini, you can put whatever kind of tortellini you want to, but this is usually my go-to and most grocery stores have this on hand. And that is literally it. 3 ingredients. If you're feeling fancy later, we can top it with some Parmesan. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and turn on our stove. You just need a simple pot. That is it. And then we're going to go ahead and get our chicken broth into the pan. All right. So all you're going to take is, you don't have to measure anything out. We're just going to pour this all the way in here, and we're going to let it come up to a nice boil. Once it comes to a boil, we'll add in our tortellini, and we'll let those cook as well. So this is probably a nice 2 to 3 servings, depending on how much you want to eat that day. But it's nice and light, but also comforting and just very delicious to eat. Now, this reminds me of my childhood, my favorite restaurant at home. It's this tiny little Italian restaurant called Renato's. And what they basically did is they had the tortellini in brodo. It was my favorite soup. To this day, it still is. So I'm always looking up ways to kind of reinvent that soup. So we're going to go ahead and just let this warm up. I can see it starting to boil up, but soup is just one of my favorite meals to make. You know, I like to do a chili. That's usually a go-to. This is a nice and easy one. If you wanted to add other ingredients outside of the tortellini and the greens, you can do a kale if you wanted to. Spinach is usually a nice and easy greens to add into the soup because it cooks and wilts down very quickly. And then you can add some meats if you wanted to, or you could go with the tortellini that has the meat stuffed inside of it. I like the cheese because that is a classic Italian dish as well. So we're just letting it boil up. I can feel the heat from the gas stove here. It's getting warmer. I can start to see some of the bubbles starting to come up to the surface. You may not be able to see it on camera yet, but it is going to happen. Now we did that. We're going to go ahead and cut open our spinach. One of the things with the spinach I like to make sure is I don't love the stems and spinach. So I always rip all of my stems off, and I usually will rinse them off as well just to make sure that everything is nice and clean. So I'm going to cut it open. we've got our spinach nice and cut open, and then I've got a spoon here to stir the soup as needed. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and take my spinach leaves, and I like to rip off all of the stems because to me the stems kind of get stuck in your throat. They're not as easy to digest. So I just rip them off just like that. We throw the leaves in here and then I'll do a quick rinse of the leaves. It's okay if there's a little bit of water left on them as well. So it looks like these are looking good. We're just gonna keep on just sifting through the spinach to make sure that none of the stems are left on it. And you know, you can put as much or as little. You know, spinach does wilt down pretty drastically. So I would say we're going to be working on this for a minute while we let everything else kind of cook together. So I'm just going to throw my stems on the counter here, and then I'll throw them out when I'm done using them or done shedding them from the leaf themselves. So we'll just do that a bit, and it's looking good. I love the smell of chicken broth. I know that that means like a nice, delicious meal is coming my way. So we're looking good on these spinach leaves here. I'm going to just keep on ripping them apart. Now, I may actually just hand rip the spinach as well, but we'll wait till the last step to decide if we want to do that, just so that it's a little bit easier to digest. It's smaller bites, smaller pieces, you know, just to make sure that it's a nice, delicious spoon-filled soup. Looking good. We are seeing the bubbles. As you can see, it starts when bubbles are starting to boil. You can see it comes from the outside inward into the pot. So it's nice and thin. We're going to go ahead and put our tortellini in there into the broth itself. Now, I have scissors here. We can cut it just like that instead of trying to stab the product and, you know, potentially injure yourself. You don't want to do that. So we'll go ahead and get this packet open. Now, looking great. With the tortellini, it's really easy to tell when they're done. They're going to sink to the bottom. We're going to pop them in there, just like that. And then they'll rise to the surface when they're done cooking. Now, depending on if you want them al dente, you can kind of test it earlier. But this is even better because you don't have to worry about having to rinse them and pouring them back into it. We're cooking it directly into the broth. Tortellini in brodo, so nice and easy. Nice and easy there. Now I'll give it a quick little stir, just like that, and we're going to let it continue to boil, let the tortellini cook. I'd say it'll probably be about 5 minutes or so for it to fully cook, and then we'll add the spinach into it maybe just before they're finished so that the greens can wilt and all melt together. And then if you want to add some Parmesan cheese on top of it, if you're feeling fancy, if you like a little kick, you can always add additional Italian spices to it, maybe some red pepper flakes, whatever your choice is. But this is literally the most simple soup to make. You just throw some broth together, throw some tortellini into it, and we'll just keep adding some more spinach to it. You can add the mushrooms, the spinach. I would say you can even add onion if you want to. But really, the base of the soup is the greens, the tortellini, and the broth. And now you can see the bubbles are just really coming together. We're getting a nice boil going here. As soon as it really starts to be a full rolling boil, we'll reduce the heat down to about a medium so that they can cook and just really kind of simmer and melt into that broth there. So it's looking great. I'm ready to eat. I know it's technically breakfast time, but I am ready to have soup because I can eat soup any day of the week. I tell you what. All right, we're going to go ahead and give these guys a little bit of a rinse here in a second. I'm just going to keep just ripping the stems off of the spinach. I know some people think that's ridiculous, but for me, I just don't like the spinach stems. They get, I don't know, I don't like the way that they feel in my mouth. So we're going to go ahead and get this going. I'd say this is probably good for now. We can always add more later if we want to, but I'm going to give it a quick little rinse. We're just going to rinse it in our sink here. And I'm rinsing them because it will basically, you know, just to get any excess, there may be some excess dirt from when they were harvested. We'll just rinse it out and then just pour out the spinach just like that. All right, looking good? All right, you can see that our tortellini is boiling. Now, you don't want it to boil for too long because basically what happens when it boils is that the broth starts to evaporate through the air. And so we want to make sure that we don't evaporate it too much. So we're going to lower it down to medium. The tortellini are looking great. They are starting to kind of rise to the surface there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my spinach going. We're going to start ripping it up a little bit and then throwing it into the pot just so that it cooks just like that. Looking great. It smells great. Again, if you want to add more spices to it, you can. You can add the Italian seasoning, the red pepper flakes. I would do the red pepper flakes afterwards. That is only if you like to have a kick. So just keep doing that. And then, as always, adding some classic Parmesan or mozzarella, or you can just leave it because it's already cheese tortellini. We've got some Parmesan here, so I'll probably add a little bit of that when I eat it later, but we're just gonna let it continue to simmer down. It's looking great. Oh my gosh, it smells great. We're just gonna let it keep cooking, let those greens melt into the soup. And if you wanted to, we could even just put the lid on it, just like that, and let it kind of meld together. It's gonna be delicious. But that is a 3-ingredient soup, tortellini in brodo. It reminds me of my childhood, and I cannot wait for you to try it at home. Let us know if you're watching live on YouTube or Facebook, and we'll be back right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No. Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
Let's take another look at our weather this morning. For a Tuesday morning, we have a wintry mix going on, which is a mix of snow and rain. Please be safe on the roads today. By 8 a.m., 31 degrees, 43 degrees is your high today, and we have a 60% chance of precipitation. Partly cloudy skies pretty much throughout the entire day. By noon, 41 degrees, and rain. By 4 p.m., 35 degrees and snow. And then by 8 p.m., 32 degrees with more snow coming our way. Taking a look right now over in Denver, it's 25 degrees with a I'm sorry, I apologize. It's 23% chance of precipitation and 54 degrees. In Vail, it's 60% chance of precipitation and 43 degrees, 43 as well in Eagle with a 30% chance of precipitation. And here in Avon, 50% chance of precipitation and 43 degrees. Your overnight low tonight is 22 degrees with an 80% chance of snow showers while we sleep. Then we're going to take a look at the day, and there's a nice mix of all kinds of different things going on. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, 41 degrees with a 20% chance. Your low is 27 degrees. I apologize. It's like a Monday from my mouth. On Thursday, sunny skies all day long, 51 degrees for your high and 26 degrees for your low. Friday, partly cloudy skies, 52 degrees for your high and 25 degrees for your low. Saturday coming along, 20% chance of precipitation with partly cloudy skies, 36 degrees for your high and 16 degrees for your low. And then by Sunday, we have a 10% chance of precipitation. Partly cloudy skies, 37 degrees for your high, and 22 degrees for your low. That's a look at the full week for weather. Now we're going to do a little flashback. We had Vail Vibes with Avisha, and she went and visited the Skea store to find out about all the winter fashions. Let's take a look and see what they're all about.
Come on.
When it comes to ski fashion, Diane Boyer, the president of Skea, a locally owned ski brand, has seen many trends through the years, and she even has a favorite decade.
I would say it was the 80s. It was so fun and exciting, and everybody was wearing it, from Ivanka Trump, no politics here, just saying, lots of fur headbands and stretch bottom suits and big blousey tops, as I say, shoulder pads and colors, and brocade fabrics.
Having worked in the family business since the 70s as it evolved from ski mare to Skea, she remained at the forefront of ski fashion. But as a former professional skier, she knows that functionality is as important as the aesthetic.
The true ski clothing companies make sure that they actually function, because no matter who in our case, the lady is, if you're going up the chairlift in Vail, and it's a snowy day, and you're not warm, dry, and comfortable, you're not going to be happy. So it has to work, but it has to be really pretty and look good on the snow as well. Or après at the bar.
Diane showed me a preview of next season's designs and explained to me how being eco-conscious is very important for Skea. So their faux down filling is made from recycled water bottles.
They take the water bottles and somehow reconstitute them, and it makes a very soft, puffy insulation similar to down. The difference is when this imitation down gets wet, it does not lose its loft.
And I even got a chance to test the merchandise by trying on this show-stopping outfit. Looking back through Skea's memorabilia, it's clear that skiing is so much more than just a hobby or business for Diane. It's a lifestyle, and one that helped her form a special bond with her late mom, Jocelyn Boyer.
That's me and my mom.
Her mom was a co-founder of Skea and a very integral part of Diane's life. So I asked her to share a story about her mom, and in this case, it also involved ski legend Billy Kidd.
We had a commemorative event the other day in Vail for the Colorado Ski Museum, which is one of my other passions. And Billy was there with his cowboy hat on, and he was always so kind. And when my mother would be watching my daughter's race up in Steamboat, Billy would come and sit with her. Her name was Jocelyn, and he would say, "Well, Jocelyn, you don't have to go out there and get cold. You can stay right in here in the lodge at Howison Hill." And when I mentioned that to Billy the other day, when I saw him, he said, "Diane, your mother was one of the most wonderful ladies in the world. And if I could be half the lady that my mother was, I would be blessed." So you ask, is there anything I'd like to share? I just think everybody, no matter what industry they're in, needs to be their very best at all times and on all fronts.
And what would your mother say about you now?
I think she'd be pretty proud.
Diane's lifelong love of skiing is something she shared with her mom and is something she will always cherish.
you get out in the mountains on a beautiful, clear day, and you look out at those mountains, and you're going along a ridge line or whatever, or maybe you're skinning up and you're panting, but you're breathing and you're enjoying the world. It's just, it gives me goosebumps every time I think about it or every time I talk about it. It takes whatever bad things are in your mind and they just go away.
And what a gift that is. For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough.
Good morning, Vail.
Discover the perfect blend of style and performance in your eyewear at Eyepieces. With convenient locations in Vail Village, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, Edwards, Basalt, and Snowmass, Eyepieces is the destination for luxury eyewear and high-performance optics. From iconic brands to the latest in sport frames and snow goggles, we have the eyewear to match your mountain lifestyle. Plus, we offer prescription lens services, including eye exams, custom lenses, and prescription goggles for your mountain adventures. Visit us today to experience the art of vision. Eyepieces, serving the Vail Valley's vision needs for over 40 years.
Welcome to Nantucket Rope Bracelets. All of our stylish bracelets are handmade in our Nantucket workshop, using only the best non-shrinking line with soft, flexible finish. Find us at nantucketropebracelets.com and order your beautiful piece from Nantucket today.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Woo. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm Liz, the host of the day, and it's been a wonderful morning so far. And now we have a special clip for you guys to see from the Vail Valley Art Guild. It's very amazing what they do over there, and we're going to enjoy this clip, so sit back, relax, and it starts right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we came just down the hall from our studio here at the Seasons in Avon with our neighbors from the Vail Valley Art Guild. And I'm here with President Melissa Nelson to tell us a little bit about what this space is, what they all do. We've got a workshop going on here today, and they've got all sorts of events. So we're here to learn all about what they do. Melissa, thank you for joining us and for giving us a little insight into everything you guys offer here. Tell us a little bit about the Art Guild and what it is that you all do.
Sure. The Vail Valley Art Guild is dedicated to fostering artistic growth and letting people in Eagle County know about the talent that we have. Yes. And when I say fostering, that's why we have workshops, because we're trying to learn new techniques. This particular workshop that we have promoted today is for collage, which is, you know, what we did when we were little kids. We had paste all over us. This is our instructor here, Peggy McGivern from Santa Fe, or in Taos, excuse me, Peggy. And she's having us glue stuff to our paintings, which is normally not what we do. But that's what's so much fun about our workshops. We also have member meetings where we have little projects at our member meetings. And we also do, we just finished an affordable art sale in Minturn, where we take all the stuff that doesn't quite work out and sell it for under $100. And as you know, you've had Jessica on before. we did kids' art classes all summer long. And we started with the 4-year-olds and went all the way up to 15-year-olds. And it was art and music, which was really kind of cool to come in and see these little guys doing their projects. It looks kind of like our projects, actually, at this point. And we also want to thank the town of Avon for this space right across from your studio because they are helping us with our rent. And we are now in this area, we're the Art Guild at Avon. And tonight we are having one of our monthly First Fridays where, believe it or not, we're going to clean all this up that you see around us here. And we will have a lovely table with some wine and some cookies and cheese. And we have a new show in place hung by our artists. Everything's available for purchase, and part of the money goes to support the Art Guild.
So the First Friday event happens on the first Friday of every month. Is that a monthly thing that people can come and enjoy some wine, some appetizers, and art?
Yes, totally free.
I love it. So I love that you also mentioned the kids' activity, because I remember being in the studio and just hearing the drums, hearing all the chaos that was happening in here, but it just seemed like so much fun. And I love that you all have this space for art, for creativity, to get messy, to get our hands dirty and create, which I love. I'm going to go back here and talk with Peggy, if that's okay, because she's one of the artists that was here leading the workshop today. And we'll see what she has to say. Thank you, Melissa.
Sure.
All right. So if you want to follow me back here with the cameras, we've got Peggy working on some art here. Peggy, how are you doing? Tell me a little bit about this workshop, what you all did today. I know that you were working on some collages, or tell me a little bit about what you do.
Well, I traditionally teach a little bit more traditional work. Okay. So I'm having a blast with this collage. Everyone here has just gone crazy with, outside we have like 10 paintings a piece, and this was only a 3-day workshop. Okay. So we teach how to glue the collage onto this. I would do a rough sketch of what I'm going to do, and then find crazy wild things to glue to parts of it, and then come back with the paint and paint them in.
Okay. So are things coming from magazines, newspapers, or where are you getting all of your collage materials?
Everywhere. I've got...
She has a whole bunch of stuff back here in her bag. What is this?
Well, I think it's from a palm tree.
It looks like it.
Yeah. And I was going to glue it, but I don't know if that's going to work. But
I think that art is all about just kind of creativity, composition, imagination.
You get your rough sketch. Yes. Sometimes you don't even do that. You just
go with it.
Collage crazy. And then you decide where something would be good. Like that could definitely be a leaf on a tree. And then you get all these great textures.
I love that. Textures, different materials.
Right. We use fabric, weeds, leaves, dirt, whatever
everything
you can imagine. Yeah, awesome. Everyone's brought it.
Yeah, I love it. I love getting to incorporate different elements, different textures, different styles, and I love that it all turned out super cool. So thank you, Peggy. I'm going to go over and talk to some of the other ladies here, but I appreciate you giving a few words.
Thank you very much.
All righty, we're going to go back here in the back. We have Joanne, who she's also working on a very abstract piece. Joanne?
Underpainting.
Okay. You are the director of workshops, is that correct?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your involvement, your piece, whatever you want to share with us today.
Well, we started the Art Guild 10 years ago, and I've been doing the events and the workshops and the classes. We have classes once a month, and the classes are open to anyone who wants to come, but they're usually almost like mini workshops. Okay. So everyone teaches different techniques, or it might be a discussion, or we might go to someone's house where they have a fabulous art collection or something like that. And the workshops, we have people come. We had 4 people from Denver join us this week, And we have, in every single workshop, we have people from out of town. So it actually helps our town too, right? And they get to see Vail maybe for the first time. So, and we try to have a variety of workshops, different kinds of instructors for each one.
Awesome. Well, we'll let you keep working, Joanne. Thank you for sharing with us a little bit about the workshops. And we'll let you keep doing your thing. Now, I want to come back here with Chris. Chris, where did you go? She's back here. She's got some of her art on display, actually, here at the Art Guild. So I'll let her kind of share a little bit of information on her piece. Tell us, Chris, a little bit about what you've created here.
Okay, this is pretty much abstracts of Beaver Creek, and I did this in last week's workshop. And we had a different instructor. He was from Texas. And basically these were oil paint and then pastels over the oil paint. It went pretty fast, and generally when you paint, you're never sure you've got it right, so you have to let it sit a while and then play with it and, come back to it. And so I just put these in this month's show. But being a member of the Guild, you can just exhibit your work, once a month, or in our annual show at Colorado Mountain College, which is coming up here. Our reception there is October 20th, free to all. And September, September.
So a few weeks out.
Yeah, a few weeks out, and that's always a fun time. We have probably, I think now, maybe 180 pieces that are going to be on exhibit. And there'll be paintings and sculpture. And this year we have a category called, what is it? Fiber arts. And we have quite a few people that have entered for the fiber art category, so that should be interesting. Yeah. And we have sculpture and some interesting ceramics and photography. We have a really large photography group, and so it should be fun. Yeah. And we do that once a year. The exhibit's up for 6 weeks. But here we do our exhibits once a month. So if you're a member, you get a chance to exhibit your work. And the interesting thing about it is during the reception and things, you get to talk to other artists or photographers about your work or their work. And, they'll say, well, how did you do that? Or, maybe it would be better if you cut off this half of the painting, but you get feedback on what you're doing and you get to see what other people are doing. So that's really important if you're an artist. Yeah.
That exchange of ideas, of feedback, of creativity, and talent. So I love that. Thank you so much, Chris, for sharing your pieces. As a Vail Valley local, I love seeing, these areas of town that we all know and love. So thank you for sharing with us. I'm going to go back here with Melissa to close off and tell us a little bit about where we can go to learn more. How can folks get involved? Share your website. People can check out your events. Where can they go to do so?
Thank you. Yeah, our website is vvagco.org, as in Vail Valley Art Guild, Colorado.org. And we have all of our events listed. We have all of our workshops listed. You can become a member and join us. It's $50, and you get to do all these fun things for free. And like this project, my stepdaughter did these drawings when she was 3 years old, so I collaged them into a painting with some wallpaper and some random things, but she had a pretty active mind. So we start with very young kids and incorporate them into what we're doing. But definitely, vvagco.org is our website, and we'd love to have you join us.
There you have it, folks. Visit the website to check out more information, to check out all the wonderful events and workshops happening at the Vail Valley Art Guild. Thank you all for sharing with us a little bit about your work today. We'll let you guys keep cleaning up because I know you've got that other event in a couple hours and you got to turn this place over, but we look forward to seeing you on the first Fridays every month here or just around in the studio. So thank you so much, Melissa.
And we'd also like you to come to some of our workshops.
I would love to.
I saw your Lego thing in your, yes, so you could do this easily.
I would love to come back. Thank you so much. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back with more of the show after this, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
Coming at you from around the world. The biggest names in sports, entertainment, and business.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's no way.
Exclusive access and one-on-one conversations.
Yeah, you guys really did some deep research.
I don't think we should give him any more information.
In depth with Graham Bensinger.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Good morning, Vail.
Let's take a final look at your weather for your Tuesday afternoon. By 8 a.m., 31 degrees, 43 is your high today. There is a 60% chance of snow and rain, giving us that wintry mix that we want to make sure we are very safe on the roads today. By noon, it'll be 41 degrees with rain showers, and then by 4 p.m., 35 degrees with snow showers. And then by 8 p.m., 32 degrees with snow showers. So expect a lot of wet on the roads, and just be safe, please, and make sure your cars are all ready for the winter weather. I want to thank Marlene Bosch Hopkins from the Mountain Valley Horse Rescue for coming in today and telling us all about the wonderful things they do to take care of the horses that are in need. Now, Colorado Gives Day is coming up in December, but you can start giving whenever you want. Every Tuesday morning, we will feature another non-for-profit organization here in our community for Colorado Gives Day coming up. Thanks for your generosity and your kind, big hearts. And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow right here on Good Morning Vail. Expect lots of great guests. And, of course, every host here is wonderful. So enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there on the roads. And we'll see you again tomorrow right here on Good Morning Vail on TV8.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. You're home in the rock.